Welcome to episode number 273 of Volunteers for Israel's Educates. Today we have a guest who has previously been a guest, maybe two or three times before in 2023, I think, and perhaps in 2024 also. So thank you for your return. We appreciate you coming back. I'd like to point out a couple of folks on the screen here that I see. Daniel Pomerantz has joined us today. I see his picture there. You can wave at him. He is also a prior presenter several times. He's also a very skilled attorney in Tel Aviv and has done significant political reporting. And if you get a chance, go to his website, which is Honest Reporting.
No, Steve, stop talking. It's not honest reporting.
Not Honest Reporting, right. I forgot. We'll fill it in. Anyhow, I just point him out. I'm delighted to see him again. And we have Pamela with us, as usual. Our guest star from Tel Aviv, and I'm Steve. Just a couple of quick announcements. One, and Alana runs the show. A couple of quick announcements. One, this is being recorded. Second, captioning is available. If you need to use that, go to the bottom where it says caption and press it, and then the letters will come up, makes it much more readable. If you're not speaking or asking a question, it'd be best if you were on mute so everybody else can hear what's going on. So I just want to mention that VFI has assembled for 2026 a rather robust series of programs, about 6 or 7 of them, and covering things from architecture to farming, presumably. And if you get a chance, take a look at our website, vfi-usa.org. A lot of exciting things there, including our military connection, which is a program called Feed the Soldiers. It turns out to be our most popular program at the moment. And in fact, right now, we have a group of about 17 people in Israel doing the Feed the Soldiers this week. And last week, they did the archaeology program. So those are the things that are happening. If you need more information, feel free to contact the folks mentioned in the website for the particular programs. Each program has a program manager, and they're expert to tell you what's cooking. So at that point, I'm going to turn over to Alana to introduce our guest. And thank you for coming back, Liron.
And I'm turning it right over to Pam to introduce our guest, because Pam, I think, knows our guest more than anyone.
Okay, so before I introduce Liron, back to Dan Pomerantz, who I told to come on tonight because I thought he would be interested in what Liron had to say. Dan's organization is called Reality Check. He used to be the CEO of Honest Reporting, but now it's Reality Check. I will put it's okay, Steve, we excuse you. But I will put his information on the chat, and all of you should look him up and sign on to his newsletter, because he gives up-to-date newsletters about all kinds of different political things. So that's about Dan. Okay, on to Liron. As Steve said, Liron's been on the program before, and he was first introduced to all of us by Julia, the VFI official tour guide. And Liron is a tour guide also. That's how he and Julia, they're colleagues. Liron has been is in the reserves, called Miluim in Hebrew, and he's been actively in the reserves for the whole entire time of the war, so for over 2 years. He is responsible for, well, I know right now about 500 soldiers up there. It changes from, week to week, month to month, whatever. And I think the best thing is that Liron will just tell you what he's going to talk about and everything. He's a great guy and very, very interesting, and a great commander to all of his soldiers. They love him. I know that. So go on, Liron.
Good evening, everybody. I hope you see me good. First of all, thank you, Pam. Thank you for everyone. Thank you for invite. I'm not from the beginning of the war. I'm old. I'm double the age of my soldiers, so I'm 49. So that's the reason I volunteered to the army in January 24, and from there I'm around 600, something like these days in the reserve. I always in the Golan Heights or in the area of Lebanon. My job is to take care about the soldier, all of their needs, whatever they need, if it's from inside the army, from outside the army, whatever they need. And of course, if we have some people that come to visit us or want to see the soldier, so they come, they call me, and I take them to explain them, to show them whatever we can say and talk and see about the soldiers. And of course, I do this Zoom because I think in those days, every time I said it, and every time it's become worse and worse, people like you that been over there, over the sea, and still support us and not say, oh, those terrible Israelis. It's something that is very amazing. And I really want to say, first of all, thank you very much for the support, for all of the donations that people send, for even this is a small support that comes from give the right news and not the fake news. And I'm serving right now in the area of Syria and on the border of Lebanon. So most of the time I'm going to speak about what happened right now in Syria, and I'm going to touch the area of Lebanon just because you hear today on the news that we bomb inside of Lebanon. So in the second part, I'm going to talk about a little bit about Lebanon, and in the last part, I'm going to explain what is the situation that we have right now with our soldier. First, we have to understand that, as most of the people know, Israel doesn't have, I don't know who is the people that hear me or not, so I'm going to just give a short period to explain what happened in Israel. Israel doesn't have a professional army. It's something that people sometimes don't understand. And if you want to be the chief of staff of Israel, you're going to start as a simple soldier, and then you go all the way to the highest rank until you become a chief of staff. And we don't have a professional army, so nobody is coming to the army and say, okay, I'm going to be for the rest of until I'm going to retire in the army. The only people that need to sign for many years is people that if they go into the special forces, so they have to sign for 2 years. And people that want to become doctors before the army or something like this, so they have to sign for 7 years. And if they are pilot, it's already 7 years. But even if it's still 7 years, in the age of 30, they're going home. So we don't have a really professional army. So this is what happened. And our army based on mandatory, that is from age 18 to 21. And after that, in the age of 21, after 3 years, you release, and then you return to the reserve. For many years, I think so. If we're talking about Syria after Yom Kippur War, 74, the army become big and big and big, and then we have the war in Lebanon in 82, and then the army make a decision around the 90s. Okay, no more big wars, everything is fine. Syria is quiet. We have some peace process with. We have the peace process with Egypt. We have a peace process with Jordan. We have the best bank, a little bit terrorist in Gaza, and of course we have Syria and Lebanon that it's quiet because in 2000 we just left the area and we go back to the international lines. And it's very important to understand the international lines. Somebody going to ask you, Israel have only 2 borders. One border, it's with Jordan. The other one, it's with Syria. Border, it's something that 2 countries agree about it in 100%. When you think about the border with Syria and the border with Lebanon, it's not a border, it's a ceasefire line that we agree about. And it's very, very tricky because it's always changed. Even the UN say, okay, you return to the ceasefire line that you have in 74 or in 67. Doesn't matter what is the line. It's still not, it's not like a border. Border, you have agreement, you have some diplomatic relationship. Over here, we don't have any kind of diplomatic relationship between Lebanon and Syria. So this has created a situation that it's very tight, but the moment that the both sides make a decision that I don't want to hurt you because I want to keep working on my business in my life, you don't gonna hurt me, everything is fine. Everything is changed in October 7 for sure, but before October 7, one of the biggest fears that we have, it's Lebanon, because we have the Hezbollah that become bigger and bigger and bigger. And then I can say, everybody with his own private belief, this is what happened when we say, thank God they don't make a decision to go inside in October 8 to this war, because if they enter in October 8, it was a disaster. It was a disaster that we know that they're going to do something. We think that we are prepared, but we don't know how many guns and how many bombs and how many weapons and how much they are trained, because they are fighting in Syria, and then they return to Hezbollah, to Lebanon, and this is our big luck. And we are the one that open inside of Lebanon, and it was a huge luck for us. But we have to understand, if we go back now to Syria, to understand the border with Syria was quiet. We're talking about a country that when Assad controlled this country, the father controlled from from the ceasefire that we signed with him in 47 until the civil war that his son started in 2013, the border was quiet. It was quiet, and we have to remember that we always know the people that come to visit after the civil war started over there. We understand that on the other side, we have a lot of people that we can prove that they don't speak Arabic, because we have Iranian, we have Russian, we have a lot of people that we really don't want them on the other side. In the civil war, one of the good things that Israel make a decision to do, we call it the goodwill. So if somebody travel in Israel, in the city of Tzfat, they build over there inside of the hospital, they just close 2 floors of the hospital, and they call it the Syrian hospital, nobody can enter. And on the other hand, we have another emergency hospital that was right on the border. So if somebody came to the border, he can get assistance. In the beginning, it starts that people come and just throw their kids and run away. And then you're stuck with the kids. Our paramedic come, give him a service, take him to the hospital. Okay, now what we're supposed to do with this kid? And then our intelligence start to work more deep inside in Syria to recognize the parents, to return it back. It was problematic. They're afraid to come to the border, so we have to have a cooperation with Turkey. Turkey bring them back to the border between Turkey and Syria and return to the families. And then our intelligence start to work and more, and we start to give support to the civilians, the army of the civilians that we have inside of Syria. When we give them support, we have to remember, for 1 second, to understand the war over there, it's a religion war. It's not a regular war that we have on land. It's who is control. And if we go back to the civil war that happened when Assad was in control, we're talking about very, very small community. Around 7% of the population in Syria are Alawites. It's nothing, 7%, and they are controlled. And you have to understand the controlling very brutal. We have to remember that Assad put gas on his own people, just killed them, doesn't care about nothing. And the moment that the Druze on one side and some Sunni try to fight with them, everything is changed. The Israeli army work with the Sunni people. That on the other hand, the Sunni have an attack from people from Daesh, and also they have a lot of support from Iran. So you have to understand that inside of Syria, there is a lot of different tribes that fighting together, and you don't really know who is the big master of the area. In the end of the civil war, before Assad was falling, we have to remember he controlled only 40% of his country. That's it. All the rest, it's like no man's land. For Israel, it was great. We have to remember, because as long that I know who is my enemy on the other side, for me it's good, because I know that I can deal with somebody and I can talk with somebody. And this is create that Israel not really push Assad too much. But the moment that the Iranian, let's say, have all of her roots in our area, that it starts from Hamas, it starts in Hezbollah in Lebanon, of course the support that they give to Assad, and the moment that Hezbollah return all of his soldiers from Syria, that they support Assad, they return back to Lebanon to have enough power against the civilians, not against the Israeli army. Most of the time when we fight inside of Lebanon, the Hezbollah was disappear. We have to understand that we enter to houses that we have ammunition and gear. We just hope that all of our soldiers have. They have vests, they have helmet, they have RPG, and they have whatever that soldier that's going to a fight ready. But the moment that the Hezbollah understand that they can lose control inside of the area of the Dahya, they just send everybody back to control the citizens and just left for us the border, and we just enter. So we have over there fight, and of course we lost a lot of soldiers, and we kill a lot of terrorists on the other side, but most of them running away. Just to give you a scoop, I don't know if a lot of you know, but RPG, something that Israel have in the 70s, and in the 90s, Israel say, we don't have any more RPG, we don't need this, it's old. Now we have so many RPG that right now we concerned to return back the RPG back to the army, because we have so many of them from Russia and China and from Iran, and they are in high quality, so we can give to our soldier to go back to shoot RPG. So something funny that happened in this war. And of course, if somebody want a kalach, we have plenty of them. We have numbers that it's crazy how many numbers of kalach we have from Lebanon and of course from Gaza. And then the moment that Hezbollah doesn't give the support to Assad, El-Julani just, let's say 1 year ago, just walk to become the savior of Syria. We have to understand, we have to remember, this is not the person that I want to drink coffee with him. If we look about his history, also history, he belonged to Daesh. He's people that support him and teach him. This is all the hero. We don't want to all the people that the United States running after. He's believing in Osama bin Laden, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. They are the people that, let's say, trained him, give him the knowledge. He was part of ISIS. He was part of those people. And we have to remember that the moment that you understand that something crazy happened, because nobody can support Assad. On the other hand, the Iranian doesn't send him soldier to help him. The Hezbollah left, his army start to falling apart. They just walk and win the war. This is something amazing. One of the things that happened that create a huge change, that most of the time when a person like this come to a country like Iraq or all of the area that we know, one of the first things that they do, they are destroy all of the system of the country. And when I talk about the system, they destroy electricity, medical care, hospitals, everything. They just destroy it because they want to make a chaos. And the moment that they make a chaos, they want to control the people by fear. He's doing something, Julani do something totally different. He say, I don't want to destroy nothing that belongs to the government. No electricity, no hospital, nothing. I want everybody to stay still, and I'm the person with a peace. We have to remember when he started the war, he came with, with his uniform as a soldier. 2 minutes after, he changed to a suit, and then he changed for a tie. This is something that you see how the person changed. And listen, I'm not a soldier anymore. I'm a person with white shirt, nice tie, go with a suit. I'm a diplomat. All the people that working for Mossad that they are not soldier have two choices. One choice is just go away, just leave the country, or the other choice is cooperate with us and help us to take care about the people. This has created a situation that for many people in Syria, they say our savior is come. But we have to remember our savior is come only for 40% of the land. I'm going to show you here a small map. So I'm sorry that I do it that way. Okay. This is Syria over here. See, this is Syria. The tiny one is Israel, and you see the size of Syria. Turkey is right over here. Iraq, Iran is right over here. And we have to understand the size of Syria. The small one here is Lebanon. Just let you know, Syria became independent in 46. So 1 year before, 2 years before Israel, and then they get their borders. Syria was controlling before that by the French people, and when they left, they have the agreement that they have between the French and the British. And when he come, he say, I make everything stay. I want everything to be controlled. One of the problems that the Israeli have, and this is now we get back to our area, that we have to remember that the border between Israel and Syria are very, very close. You have to remember that the Druze people that live in the Golan Heights live on the fence. So if something happened like September 11, October 7, it's the same place. They just can broke the fence and enter to Israel. We're really afraid from that. On the other hand, we have few Druze and few villages that they are very close to the border that say, listen, we're afraid that we're going to be attacked. And Israel say, this is an opportunity. And then what we do, we just enter inside to the border, something like 3.5 miles. I hope everybody recognized the map like this. Okay, the Sea of Galilee, this is the Golan Heights. All the area that you see here that mark in a different color, I'm sorry that it's in Hebrew. All this area, this is the area that you're not allowed to enter with any heavy machine guns or something like this. This is the agreement that we have with the ceasefire. Over here, this is Mount Hermon. So the first thing that we do, we take the top of Hermon mountain, the Syrian Hermon that is higher from the Israeli one. And then we just take all of this area. You see here, this is the village Chader. Okay, and all of this area that you see here, the city connector, everybody see the city connector that was destroyed. All of this area that's supposed to be some kind of no man's land, nobody supposed to enter. And of course, we have the village Chader. So when we take control of this area, we create for us some between 1 mile, because we have a cliff, until 3 or 5 miles that we have some place that we can control. Sounds amazing. Okay, but we have a small but. Inside we have civilians, and those civilians, most of them are farmers. I can tell you that sometimes I drive inside of Syria, and it's taking you a moment to understand. Somebody come with a scooter on the other side, say hello. You see kids on the street, say to you hello. We give them bamba, we give them fruits. We try to be nice for them. I never know who is going to be the next person that come and just have a kalach on his back and is going to shoot me. And this is create that we need to find more and more solution. Right now, we try to find what we're supposed to do with this situation. And we say the first thing to do is to tell to the people, we are the good people. So we have a place that we call Magen Ishai. Inside of Magen Ishai, it's on name of a soldier from Golani that was dying in the war in the area of with the Golani battalion that died in the war. Inside of Magen Ishai, we make we make a hospital, a huge hospital. This is a field hospital that was inside of Syria. And then what we tell them, listen, we're going to give you all the medical service for free. It creates a little bit mess because they say, okay, we're going to have a medical service. So they have x-ray over there. They have teeth, whatever they need, they have over there. They can come for sure for free. The Druze people that live in the village Khader, this is one of the famous villages that was right here. This is the village Khader. You see, it's right on the corner. This is the village that we control. Over here, we have in the connector, we have another village that we control. And the people of village of Khader, they come, let's say for the American people, right now you have a health care for free and you can go for the best doctor, so they have the medical. This is create that we become closer and closer to the community. On the other hand, the soldier know that they have to be nice. The soldier have to be very tight because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know who is the person that they're gonna pay to him to shoot us. We have to remember the family of Samir Kuntar. This is one of the terrorists, the famous terrorist that we have in Israel. His family comes from the village Khader. He's a Druze person. On the other hand, a lot of those people have families inside of Israel. So we give them some places that they come. Let's say when they cross the line, we come, we arrest them, they enter to Israel, they say, I have a Druze people. You know, if you travel in Israel, we have Druze people in Golan Heights, we have Druze in the Galil, we have Druze in Osafia, in the Carmel Mountain. They say we have family here, so it's become a little bit mixed. And the Druze people, another thing that is very problematic, they are loyal to the person that is strong. So right now, until now, they are loyal to the people that was support Assad. Right now, they have a problem. Assad disappeared. Israel entered to the game, and they're in between. They don't know who is the person that controls the land. And on the other hand, they have families on the other side. So it's mixed. Most of the Israeli people doesn't know how to speak Arabic. So we need to have soldiers that they are Badawi, Druze, that work with them. We have officers that this is the job, to talk with the community, to explain them. We enter to the village. We look for bombs. A lot of times they report for us that they have weapons or things like this in the beginning of the war. I have to tell you, when it starts, we just get trucks of ammunition. But one thing they say, we have our own mukama. This is our own respect. All of us have one kalach in any family. Every person that is growing have a kalach to protect his family, because we always have problems with the Bedouin, with all the Muslims that come to attack us. And then what happened, I think 4 months ago, in Sweden, that we have to remember, sometimes people don't understand, but Sweden, it's around 150 miles from Khader, from our area. The Bedouin entered to one of the Druze village and just start to slaughter all the people. When you see the picture that they are cut their mustache, they are shoot them, kill them, all those terrible people. Giuliani said it wasn't me. I didn't see, I didn't tell them. Try to stop this after a few days. It stopped after a few days. A lot of them just come from Sweden. This is around 3 hours drive. Most of the road not so safe, but they come to the hospital in Magen Ishai, inside the hospital, inside of Syria. Few of them, we also put them inside of Israel to give them the Medicare care, because we wanted the Druze people over there to say to them that we are with them. On the other end, the Druze people that live in the Golan Heights just broke the fence, entered to Khader, a huge mass. I think it's more what happened in the news. They enter, we want to fight. It's like, hold me, I'm going to fight. Nobody crossed the village Khader. 3 days after, everybody returned back inside to Israel, and the area become quiet. And we have to remember, this quiet is terrible, because it's great on one hand, but on the other hand, one thing just to remember, just to remind you, everybody, because we are not a group that I see everybody, but everybody think, what is the minimum month's salary in Syria? Everybody drop a number to your hand, and I'll give you the answer. $30. Okay? What? Yeah, $30. So you have to understand one of the huge freight that we have, that somebody can say, okay, you have a $30 or $50 for a month. I give you $5,000, go to make some terrorist attack. And this is one thing that we always worry about. One of the things that we do right now, inside of the villages that they are close to the border, we just entering and rescue people, and rescue the people that we know that they start to have any connection with Iran, with other terrorist organization that was over there. I have to tell you that one of the operations that I was involved, we entered to the village. We have a unit, we have a special unit that they are like the Shin Bet, but from the army. They come to the family, they come to the mother, they come to the mother said they are not here, they're running away, and the Mukhabarat of Syria, of Julani take them, they doesn't do nothing, they take them, they're not here, say, okay, we believe you. God, we believe you, you are the great mother ever. We just say to all of the soldiers to go away. The moment that all of the soldiers know the group with the cars and noise, we go away. We just stay in the shade, waiting in the middle of the night, and then their motorcycle come in, two people on the motorcycle says to them, pull over, come to Israel to good meeting, and of course we just rest them. So we rest a lot of them, and every time we go inside, we are looking for ammunition, we're looking for guns, we're looking for, most of the time, for the heavy, for, let's say, if somebody have rockets, if somebody have missiles, if somebody have things that are more than the kalach and the things that we know that they have, something that can be active against us. So we have a lot of intelligence over there that's working. Right now it's quiet. Right now it's great that it's quiet. One of the things that we suffer from is car accident, that the young soldier, when they drive on dirty road, and sometimes they're slippery because of rain or whatever, the terrible road. So this is our problem, and that they are driving, that the kids driving, not a professional driving, that they're driving on the road. But with the community, with the population over there, with the Druze people, it's quiet, it's nice, but it's something that we know that can be explode every second. And I tell you, when I enter with my soldier inside, all the time I say to him, you have to wearing your vest, you have to wear the ceramic, you have to wear your helmet, you have to be prepared with your guns. We don't put bullet inside to the gun because we're afraid that one of the soldiers make a mistake. And that's the reason we are really trying to be tight, and you have to understand that we have over there few bases that they are really inside. To enter to those bases, you have to cross the Druze village. And one of the things that we try to do is to say to the people, we are with you. And we have to remember that if they have the medical, or we have sometimes, we have extra fruit that we really don't need, so we just give to them. And sometimes the Druze people send them medical things like wheelchairs and things like this. So we are, as a soldier, come to the people that they are working with the community, and we come to the head of the villages, and we say to them, whatever you need, if you need a medical, if you need wheelchairs, if you need sometime they have some problem with the electricity. We have to remember, for us, we just put 5 generators in our bases, and we have generator. For them, they have 3 hours electricity. They have some problem with the electricity over there. And they say because somebody moved something, so they cut, and the government right now cannot afford and cannot fix it. So it was very funny that we enter from Israel and we just fix the electricity, that they have those 3 hours in a day. Of course, all the rules that we have about when we are controlling and when we enter a house, we try not to destroy the house. We try not to do everything that make any kind of issues. I have to tell you that the season right now of the figs was become, and wow, they are white, they are crazy, they are sweet, they are amazing, and we want to eat them, and sometimes just go on the street and eat them. And then some people says to us, listen, sometimes your soldier entering to our land and take our fruits. So we said to the soldier, nobody touch any more fruits, and then they bring us fruits, and sometimes we try to have some cooperation with the community. And we have to remember this is a quiet that can be ending every second. It's not a quiet that we have peace and flowers. Right now, because what happened with the American government that make a decision, and I have to tell you that I don't know what is your private opinion about your government, but right now for the Israeli people say, okay, somebody come here and what we call put the deal on the table with Gaza right now, that we hope that Hamas going to bring us all of our hostages that are murdered over there, and we have all the bodies back. But right now, Julian is supposed to go to meet the President Trump, and we really hope that we have any kind of agreement that can hold the border, because we don't want to be responsible for another. We have around, I think it's very mixy, but it's around 50,000 to 100,000 people that they are very close to us, and we don't want to control them. Just don't want. We want that somebody else going to take care of them. We don't have a problem to give support, and on the other hand, we want to be good to our Druze people that also live in Israel, that they know that we are take care of their families that on the other side. I have to tell you, one of my soldiers, they have a great cherries over there. One of the times that I was there, and he's from a different battalion, he says to me, I come, can you help me can you come to help me because I need to do something inside? And then I says to him, what are you going to do? He said, I come as a mechanic. And then I says to you, I know that you are not a mechanic anymore. So why you come here? He says to me, if you can help me to enter in. So the government let him to enter in to meet his family because he's in the army. So we drive together inside. He meets his family inside of Syria. He brings some sherries. And this is something that the intelligence want to understand something from his family. So he not betrayed his family, but he is the one that they can trust and can give us the important information that what the people think about Israel, what the people, what is the energy? We call it the energy that we have inside. If it's tight, if people feel that the soldier doesn't behave good, if people feel that they are safe, what is the people think that they are fear? And this is why we try to cooperate and to have more intelligence to protect our own soldiers, that nobody gonna attack our soldiers. So this is what happened right now in the area of Syria. 1 second, I'm gonna move to the area of Lebanon, and I know that I have only another 5 or 10 minutes. If somebody come to visit Israel and you go to Metula, all the villages that you see on the other side of the border are totally destroyed. Totally. And one of the things that we're dealing with it right now, that we have agreement with the army of Lebanon, and we have to separate between the army of Lebanon and Hezbollah. This is a totally two different kind of organization. We have agreement with the army of Lebanon that they're going to control, they're going to come back to the area of the border. We have some place until they're going to be, what we call it, they do the fine tuning, because we understand that UN, and I know that's going to be recorded, but United Nothing doesn't do nothing over there, because I don't know what they really do. But they're supposed to be the one that be close to us in the border, and try to control the border and make the border to become quiet, that in the right day, the civilians going to come back to this area. One of the huge problems that why the civilians cannot come, all of the water, electricity, drainage system, everything was totally destroyed. So the moment we start to bomb those villages, I'm talking about a huge amount of ammunition that we find over there. I remember when I was in Lebanon, we have our, if you visit in Israel, we have the hammer. They says to us, you have to go, you have to clean 1, 2, 3, 4 houses. We come with a drone. The soldier comes, they say you have to refill 3 hammers. Let's say refill 3 pickup trucks. And then the commander of us say, no, it's not the pickup truck. We're going to refill 3 trucks. Say, no, pickup truck is enough. And then they say, no, you don't understand this. You don't understand the size. Then we're not allowed to enter with phones because of the big data. We don't want to know. So they have phone from the soldiers, and they send a picture like Walmart or something like this, something huge, like so much ammunition, so much guns and RPG and whatever. So we bring 3 trucks, we refill them, and we refill the 3 hammers, the 3 pickup truck, and then we go outside. Then we understand what is the size of Hezbollah. It's taken us a long time to clean all of those villages. We have to understand that if we think that only 40% of the houses are taken care by the people from Hezbollah, then we understand it's not 40, it's 80 or 90% of the houses refill with Hezbollah. And if you remember, they are say that we need the agriculture. We understand that they make the agriculture, but if they want to survive, they have to cooperate with Hezbollah, because if not, they're going to control their life and they're going to kill them or take the land or whatever they want. So all of the area that's close to the border, all of the houses are destroyed. This is what happened when we are make agreement and you say, okay, we're going to give you a line. You're not allowed to cross this line. You're not allowed to cross this line with Hezbollah. The army of Lebanon is supposed to enter and to take you. What happened? The army of Lebanon entered. When I was on the border, half a mile from me, I see the soldier go with kalach on their back, and we recognize them because the UN says to us, this is the soldier of Lebanon. They are here, don't attack them. One of the things that happened, let's say more and more, when Hezbollah say, okay, you shoot us, you kill us, you make a lot of damage, you kill 3 people that they are the head leaders of Hezbollah. But right now, it's like a monster, It's like something that they say, okay, you cut 1, 2, 3, then they start to go. The moment they start to come closer again, and to bring what we call the tactical racket, we bomb. This is what happened last night. So last night, they bring few racket, we just bombed. There's not a lot of people that, that's storage places that they put the racket. And this is what we call tactical racket that the Lebanese soldiers supposed to take control, and they didn't take control. I have to tell you one of the things that a lot of time we do, and we do it by the help of other people that work with Israel, also the American, that we give them location to the army of Lebanon. Say, over there we recognize, because we have our intelligence, we recognize that we have over there bombs, go take it. Sometimes they take it, sometimes if there is too many people that belong to Hezbollah still what we call live and they are inside of the area, they say, no, we don't find. And then sometimes we need to make act to just bomb it, and sometimes they just move it. That's one of the things that are really problematic, that we say to them, listen, you have over there ammunition, go to take them. They go to the Hezbollah, say, just move it to another place. They move it to another place. And then in the end, we just have to bomb it, because this is rocket that can reach to Haifa and can reach to the area that I live in, the Krayot, or all of those areas that they are very close to the border. most of the thing that happen right now, it's if you look on the border of Israel, it's not in the area of Rosh Nikran or Syria. Most of this is the area further in the area of Ayun, the area of Metula, Kiryat Shmona, all of those places that over there the Shia people become stronger and stronger, and you have to remember that when the war is over, they're running away from the life. But right now, because the economic situation in Lebanon are terrible, and Iran, I don't know how they do it, but they still put over there more and more money to be able to have this units that they are strong and start to get control back to Lebanon. And you have to remember that one of the things that Hezbollah says all the time to Lebanon, if you want, the Iranian doesn't have a problem to give you a check and to enter to control Lebanon and to take care of Lebanon. You have to understand, after the bomb that we have, I don't know if everybody remember, that is a bomb of ammonia in the port that destroy half of the port, make a damage that until today they don't fix. We have the war that we bombed the Dahia, we kill Nasrallah and all of his people. And right now the economy is terrible, and somebody come with you with money, but it's not only money, it's a money with a trick that we're going to control Lebanon. So this is what Israel bomb and start to stop. The agenda of Israel that maybe we have a few days of fight, but we have to understand, if we enter to a situation that we're going to fight, we need to take down Hezbollah, and it's going to be terrible. Right now we try to say to them, sorry, we know, be relaxed, leave us alone, don't go against us, go back to be a political agenda and leave the guns. And something that Golda Meir say, if the Arabs going to put down their guns, it's going to be amazing peace here. If the Jewish people put down the guns, it's not going to be Israel here. So right now, this is what we try to tell them, go back to your politics. Leave the area, leave the situation with Israel, and try to make Lebanon to be succeed again. You have to remember, Hezbollah right now, most of his money making from drugs. Octagon, what is the name? There is those drugs that are very, very cheap, this is the drugs that they are selling to Europe and is going all around the world. This is what the huge business of Assad. So everybody against those drugs that they are very addicted and make a huge damage, even that they are very cheap. One pill, I think it's something like $2 or $3. So it's very cheap, but it's destroy your life. So this is what happened in Syria, Lebanon. And the last thing I want to take in the next few minutes that I have, I hope nobody is fall asleep. I want to talk with you about our soldiers. Most of the soldiers that in the reserve, making between 200 to 500 days in the reserve. It's a huge amount of time. We have a lot of soldiers that serve in Gaza. We have a lot of soldiers that serve in Lebanon, in Syria, in the West Bank, every place. One of the things that happened right now that we understand that it's very problematic to go back to the normal life. And when I say to go back to the normal life, it's not all the time trauma because of the war. It's to go back to a normal life because you go back to your house, you have kids, and you disappeared for 100 days because you've been in the reserve. You go back, your kids response different. Your wife, somebody said, I get used to do everything by myself because your support disappears. So to take the kid, to put the kid in all of this, and this is create a lot of problems for our soldiers. So right now, the Israeli IDF, a lot of people from the states that make a lot of support, take care about the soldier that angels, all of the soldiers, and we have a lot of them. This is very sad. Second, this is what we call the people that suffering from trauma, post-trauma, all of the things that they have problems. And the last thing that they try to take care right now, this is the soldier that come back and they want to give him to go back to the normal life. It's more hard to get job right now. If you have a job and you disappear for 3 months, everybody of you that have a job, think about it, that the person disappeared for 3 months. And right now he come back after 3 months. So if it's running a project, 3 months in a project, it's huge. So it's create a lot of time, a lot of problems. This is a huge challenge that we have, that we try to take care about our soldiers to go back. We give them a lot of support for students. Think about it as a student, your last 2 years of the university. So we have people that support. Just let you know, people don't know that. Also the Israeli, I don't know how much you know that. Most of the money that we have right now that gives support from the soldier, donation from the states. We're talking about millions of dollars that they give them, the soldier that last year in the university, they pay for the 1 year in the university. Here in the Israeli university, it's $5,000. It's not like the States, so it's cheaper in Israel. So they give him that, and they give him people that need support in their houses and a lot of things. It's a lot, but it's not enough, because we still have a lot of soldiers that they are, I don't want to say that they don't understand that they are suffering for trauma. When I talk with soldiers and I try to help them with trauma, sometimes just to recognize what they have. Sometimes, no, I don't have a trauma. Sometimes I fight with my wife, and then you see more and more things that they are about the trauma. And the most important thing, just tell them, talk for a professional person, take care. When you have a trauma, the most important thing is to take care about fasting as possible. And then what happens is create that you can live with the trauma and you don't suffer from the trauma that is going to destroy your life. This is what happened with a lot of soldiers from Yom Kippur War. Because the soldier from Yom Kippur, they come back, nobody understands, and we find the trauma years after. And sometimes this is destroyed a lot because nobody really take care. Today, more centers for this. We have a lot of workers. I have a lot of American people that come here to volunteer as a people that working with trauma with soldiers. Sometimes it's a problem with the language, but sometimes they can explain to other people that work with the soldier to give them more advice on how to do it. I think I'm right on time. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Questions? I can talk until the morning. It's a problem. I'm Israeli. We don't quiet. Questions? Somebody?
Does anybody have any questions? Because I don't see any in the chat, and Liron touched on a lot of different subjects. Does anybody have any
I
questions?
see, it says the Druze are peaceful, as far as I know. Why did the Bedouin want to kill them?
First of all, the Bedouin that live in Syria, it's about the land. They want the land and want the control. And we have to remember one word about the Druze people. Druze people come from the Islam. They separate from the Islam, and they're not like the Shia and the Sunni. They are split and hate each other. The Druze people split and go for a different religion. And this is what create for the Bedouin, the name Druze person, it's a curse. They call themselves the Muchadiyun, the people that they are special. Why it's a curse? Because one of the first people that started this religion, his name is Darazi, and he leave the Shia and returned to the Islam. And that's the reason they call them Druze, because they say, you're going to be like Darazi, you're going to return to the Islam. And one of the things that they try to do is to return them to the Islam. We have to remember that the agenda of the Islam, sometimes you can do it by the nice way, sometimes you can do it from the hard way. They want him to become Muslim. And this is why they attack them, slaughter them, say, if you don't become a Muslim, we're going to kill you. That's the reason they are taking their beards out. They are insult them as a religion to see, look, nobody save you, come back to the Islam. So this is one of the main reasons for the attacks.
Pam, do you see any
More
other questions?
I don't see any other questions. Does anybody have anything that didn't put anything on there?
This is Russ Alice. I had an earlier question as well. Besides hearing about the attack on the Druze, I also heard about the attack on Christians and that many Christians were killed. I believe a church might have been attacked while people were inside, but this was a number of months ago, so I'm not clear on it. Who killed them?
First of all, it was a few attacks on the Christian people. The population of the Christian people are very small. There is one church that just entered to the church and slaughtered all the people inside of the church. I don't remember exactly the number. We have to remember, they attack everybody. Right now, they want to have a Muslim state. It's not like they say, we don't have somebody that control us and we can attack Muslim Druze. The Muslim can attack the Druze and the Christian. I know that they attack Christian, but the Druze become more popular because what happened in Israel and what happened with the relationship between the Druze and Israel to Israel. And that's the reason it's become more effective on the situation. And I know that there is few attacks on the Christian people. A lot of Christian people just running away from Syria and just left it. They moved to Lebanon because there is an open border. And in Lebanon, they are more safe. But I know that there's also attack on Yazidi people and other small tribes that's in the area. Nobody really talk about it because, sorry to tell, nobody's interested. Nobody is really care about what happened as long as it's quiet.
No Jews, no news.
Yeah.
The Assad that protected the Christians and maybe the Yazidi, I don't know. So is it the new leader that's having the people attacked, or is it rogue groups that are not under his control?
You have to release his pressure. People have to understand he is in a position that he say, I need to control the country. And some people says to him, let's listen, we need to do something wrong, and he doesn't send his soldiers to stop them. He doesn't really care. But he said they have to stop. We have to understand we're talking about a person that he have an agenda. I want to control. The moment that I control, I have enough power, then I can do whatever I want. Right now, after they do those attacks, he comes and says to them, please, if you can not kill them too much. You have to remember, they still kill them until now, but it's quiet. So in the days that they are slaughter them, they slaughter something like 1,000. Right now, it's 1 here, 2 here. It's keep working, but it's more quiet. And he says to them, do it quiet, that it's in the level that I don't need to do something. And if we take it back to Israel, it's when Hamas shot rockets. So he shot 1 rocket, nothing happened. He shot 10 rockets, Israel entered to attack. When he doesn't, when I attack them, so the moment that they kill too many, he says to him, please, lower the fire. I want this area to be stable, that I can control the area. And you have to remember, he wants quiet. He wants quiet because he wants to control the country. Right now, he controls 30% of the country. It's even less than Assad that he has. So he wants to control the country, and he says to him, you have to be loyal to me. Wait a minute until they control the country, and then we can have our own agenda about the big Muslim country. But he said, if I do it with a fight and to slaughter everybody in front of everybody, everybody is going to scream about me. If I do it like we call the salami, slice after slice after slice, it's going to be more effective.
Looks like we have some more questions in the chat. Harry's asking, do you see a peaceful Lebanon in the future?
I wish. We have to remember that as a soldier that served in Lebanon in the 90s. It's one of the beautiful countries. If somebody entered to the history of Lebanon, most of the population over there are Christian. For many years before Hezbollah came and just poisoned all of this country. It was an amazing country. People from all around the world come over there to the beaches, come over there to the population, the Christian population that was succeed over there, that everything was great. I think it's going to take a long time. We don't know what's going to happen. It's very, very depends if the government over there say that they able to take control on Hezbollah, Amal, and all of the terrorist organization and just move them to the side and return to the good days of Lebanon. I have to tell you that as a person that little bit learn about Iran, and if you want, I can do it for you one day about Iran and what happened about after the revolution in Iran. Lebanon is the person that you have parties, and it was amazing what happened there over there between the radical Islam enter, and it's like Iran, that people want the people over there really want to have this amazing life. One thing that I have to tell you, I see it from Lebanon and I see it also from Syria. One of the amazing things that you cannot understand until you just be inside of Syria and look on Israel and you see the difference. When you look to the other side, it's like a view. But when I look from Syria to Israel and I look and I say, oh, look, everything is solar panel. We have all the agriculture. We see the houses, the cars. And you are inside of dirt road and everything is terrible. They see, they want. And if they have the right leadership, I wish it's going to be a peace. My dream is to eat hummus in Damascus.
Now,
one thing you all must, before you go on to the other question.
Yeah.
When Liron talks about being in Syria, he's really in Syria. Most people do not understand that our soldiers up north are actually in Syria, are actually in Lebanon. They think, oh, okay, our soldiers are, like on our border, or they're on these really...
Yeah, but they don't sign my passport.
Right. There are many passports. But our soldiers are actually, I've seen pictures of his from Syria to Israel, or pictures in Syria. They are actually in Syria. So it's, something that most people understand.
How many kilometers into the Syria are they?
Our location is between 3 to 5 miles inside. Maybe more is in miles. Something like 10 kilometers inside.
Barry and Carol Steiner asking, is the Lebanese army effective?
Yes and no. There are sometimes they do. Let's say it's 50-50. One of the reasons that right now we are attack them is to tell them, wake up. It's a wake up call that we don't want to enter for a big war. Okay, all right.
David is asking, can you educate us on how the Syrians feel about Hamas, and does the Syrian leader meeting Trump want a Palestinian state?
First of all, what they believe about Hamas, I don't know. It's something that I don't know because it very depends who you ask. If you ask the Druze people, they are on our side because we have a good relationship. If you ask the radical people like the Bedouin, they are supporting Hamas. So the question is it's like everybody have his own private agenda. I don't think that Julani care about the Palestinian state. I think he more really important for them himself. Maybe he's gonna do it like like in politics. I'm supporting the Palestinian. It's just a word for him. He want to control Syria. Sorry.
Raymond is asking, is there any trade going on between Israel and the communities on the Syrian side?
No, it's not any trade. One of the things that we try to do is to give to the Druze people to work inside of the people inside of Israel, of the Golan Heights, of their families. And they say because of their own honor that they doesn't want to work from other families because they feel that they're humiliated, like they're working with the master that gets so much money. Doesn't work. The only thing that we have, we give him to enter to the holy site in Israel, to the Jewish people, to respect their religion.
Interesting.
Would you say Jalali has a hudna with Israel right now?
He never have a war with us. He never have any kind of act of war with us. We have to remember, the moment that the Assad falling, we just bomb all of his planes, we bomb all of the strategic things that we have, we take down all of his S-300, S-400, we just destroy all of the Syrian army, and then we stop. So it's quiet. It's you don't touch us, we don't touch you. It's not something official.
Another question from Dan Pomerantz. UNIFIL shot down an IDF drone. The Lebanese government has made some aggressive statements against Israel. Is the November ceasefire collapsing? Is UNIFIL becoming a combatant?
United Nothing, what I call them, doesn't do nothing. They all the time take the size of Lebanon. We have all the time drones. We have all the time things we have to remember. When our soldier entering to Mount Hermon, and when we enter inside to Syria, all the UN, the first thing they do, they're running to the Israeli soldier to have a shelter. And we said to them, go to the other side. This is not, you don't supposed to be with us. You're supposed to be in Lebanon. They say, no, they're going to slaughter us. So let's say they just afraid from their life, and most of the time they cooperate with the people on the other side.
David is asking, David said, so the IDF does not have any kind of organized debriefing and educational program for a couple days or so to help the soldiers that may have developed PTSD prior to sending them back into civilian life and to their families?
Yeah.
The problem that you have when you have any kind of trauma, a lot of people, you don't know that they have trauma.
Right.
I have a lot of families that just call me and say, my son have trauma, but he say he doesn't have trauma. So a person that have trauma sometimes don't talk about the trauma. The army do something that they try to do something, but it's something that not they don't do it seriously. Let's say it that way. They try, but it's not really effective.
I'm sure you also can't know in just a few days about the trauma, and it's trauma you do know about in 3 days.
Yeah, and a lot of them, when they go back home, they understand the trauma. But I have to tell you, one thing is good. The moment that soldier have trauma and he want to work on his trauma, the door is open, and a lot of good people and a lot of people from all around the world help them.
Good. Does anyone else have any other questions? You can feel free to unmute. And those are all the questions in the chat right now.
I just have a couple things that I wanted to add to what Liron was saying, because we deal with, I don't have 500 soldiers that I talk to every day. However, we at our Hamal, we talk to a lot of soldiers daily and a lot of different units, and we see different kinds of things that are happening. I have seen soldiers in uniform sitting in Gaza, taking exams, written exams for their universities. I mean, this is what they do. Israeli universities, Israeli colleges are very, very lenient, very cognizant of soldiers. They always have been. If you're a soldier, you do your work when you can do it. You take your exams when you can do it. If you miss an exam, if you don't do well on an exam, you can take it over and over again several times. It's not like the United States. So they sit there, they do their work, and I've seen them. I've literally seen them in Gaza taking exams. So that's one thing. As
If
far
I can tell you
as
something,
what, go on.
if I can tell you something about this, one of the projects that I do, and right now the army start to do it also. We buy for them Wi-Fi streamers with a SIM, and from the top of Mount Hermon, and a lot of places in Syria. And right now, I convince a lot of people in the army, a lot of people to donate those streamers, and somebody just put a SIM over there, and you see all the soldiers sit down and just study, because sometimes the connection with the internet is not good. So if you have a higher streamer, it's really effective, and it's something very important for the soldiers.
Right. Another thing is, as far as we know, many reserve soldiers who might be, right now they've been releasing different soldiers. They're calling up other soldiers, and I know there's going to be a big draft coming up soon, but periodically soldiers get released. And we know many from a few different units where they don't want to be released. There's one unit that we deal with, and they had to cut down the amount. This is down in Gaza, and they had to cut down the amount of soldiers in their unit or on their team or whatever it was, because some of them, they didn't need that number anymore. So they were told to cut down. There were arguments between the soldiers because they don't want to be released, because they don't know. This is also part of the trauma. They don't know what to do. They don't know what they want to do back in the civilian world, unless they have a business to go back to, or a career to go back to. They oftentimes just don't know what to do, and it's whether it's a fear or whatever. As I say, it's part of the trauma. They just don't know what to do after 2 years of being in, on duty in battle all the time. This is a big problem. We also know of some cases, and I'm sure there are many cases like this, but we know of a couple for sure that we've talked to recently, where a soldier might be, soldiers get a little bit of time off here and there. So maybe they're released for a couple days during the week, or maybe for a Shabbat weekend or something, and they can go home to their families for a weekend. We know of several soldiers where their wives said, "No, don't come home. Don't come home this time." Not don't come home ever, Alana. Just, you got 2 days, you got a Shabbat weekend. Don't come this time. It's too disruptful to the family. It's too disruptful for the kids right now. It's just not a good time. So just don't come home this weekend or whatever. And this happens because, as Liron said, it disrupts the whole family. The whole family dynamic has changed. The kids change. The wives at home, or the husbands, if it's women in the army, they do things on their own. They accommodate the situation to the best that they can. And many times they just, they don't go home all the time that they could. So again, this is all part of the problem. And it's things that regular people don't think about, because you don't hear about this kind of stuff.
And a lot of them get divorced.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
we have huge amount of people that are divorced, and it's people divorce because of the war. The people in the reserve, the percentage is much higher, because it's create a lot of change. Somebody that I talk with him that is a shrink, he says to me, when they're in the war, they're working on the big stuff. When they come back home, they have to working with the garbage and clean the house. So sometimes the gap between these things make them to not understand where is the location, and it's destroy the house if they don't know how to manage the situation.
Wow.
Right.
Does anyone else have any other questions?
Well, Loran, thank you again for such an illuminating first-person experience on the real world, things we do not see in the American press and hear very little of. In fact, the whole North area is sort of quiet if you looked at the American press compared to what's going on in Gaza, and we know that's not true, so thank you for illuminating our facts on that issue. I just want to put in 2 quick advertisements. One is Beverly put a little piece in chat that we have an upcoming program called VFI Feed the Soldiers. And it involves 9 days, 1 week working on an IDF base and feeding the soldiers by the use of mobile trucks, going out every day to different IDF bases, some of them frontline bases, and feeding the soldiers, giving them a food treat. You work on food preparation, you schmooze with the soldiers. It's quite an interesting program. The second advertisement is that for those folks who are interested in hospital-related recovery, we have a 2-week program, actually at 16 days, at the Youth Medical Rehab Center in Tel Aviv, where you actually work with the patients, pushing wheelchairs, doing whatever they need volunteers to do. And that program runs for a minimum of 2 weeks, and there's no age limit. You could be 85 and do it as long as you can walk and talk and push a wheelchair, you're in. So those are 2 things you might want to look at our website, vfi-usa.org. I just wanted to make you know that the things that Liron is talking about, we have actually direct support of many of those issues by our volunteers. So thank you again for joining with us today. And I think we're now moving into schmooze mode, and Ilana is in charge.
All right,
Thanks,
thanks,
Liron.
Liron.
Thanks,
Thank you
Liron.
so much.
Thank you very much for the support.
Thanks
And I have
for
to tell
coming
you,
again.
for us, it's huge, and hope to see you all back home in Israel, and be in touch. Bye bye.
Thank you so
Bye,
much.
Liron.
Good night
Thank
to
you.
everyone who's going to sleep now.
Lila Tov.
Yeah.
And Rochelle, you're not too old for EVP.
I wanted to know, I'm not interested in the hospital when I did that.
No, EVP, Feed the Soldiers.
What?
Feed the Soldiers one. Bev told you it's okay if you're in good shape.
I can do that?
Yeah?
Well,
Go to
let's
sleep, Liron.
Yeah, Liron, you can go to sleep.
yes, let's just say that they are now willing to accept volunteers over the age of 79 if we vet them and make sure that they're in good physical shape and can handle the rigors of the program. So I really need some volunteers for the February group. This is a great time to go in terms of airfare. And if you have some time in February or know someone who might do it, please, have them get in touch with me as soon as possible. We'd like to get that group going. We have another group in the spring that's almost filled up. But I need 5 more participants for February.
Right.
Just 5 hardy souls who are willing to go out there. And Robin is on this chat, and she is there now doing this program, and she can attest to the fact that you will get a lot more than you give. It's more than the food. They do love the food because it's a step above what they're used to getting. But more than that, it's the support, the fact that you showed up, that you sit there and you talk with them. They just can't get over that, and they're so grateful. You'll be patted on the back, and you'll get 1,000 kol hakavods, and from their families as well. We met some families in the hotel who said, not only are our soldiers grateful, but let me tell you, their wives, their children, their husbands who are home are grateful for what you're doing. It means a lot to us to know that somebody is supporting them, not just with the food, but with
Right.
your presence.
Right.
What are
And
the
it's-
dates? What are the dates?
The February one is the 20th to the 28th.
The
Yeah.
20th to the 20th. Oh, it's not the volunteer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
That's where it is.
That's
Yeah.
only 8 days.
Yeah, but they only take you on the base for 5 days at a time, because you have to understand that the organization that sponsors this also brings in medical personnel and firefighters. And sometimes the volunteer sections of the base are being used by those groups. So they only take us for 5 days at a time, and surrounding that is the
Touring.
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 Yeah, I want to add some numbers to this to help people make a decision. It's a 9-day program. The cost is actually less than $2,000 for double occupancy plus your airfare. And that's double occupancy, less than $2,000 is all inclusive. It includes your food, your transportation, the program itself. It even includes tips. And the touring involves 3 days. Let's see, it's Saturday, Friday, and Saturday, 3 days of touring with Julia. And if you've ever heard of Julia, she is a wizard, and you'll come away learning so much you can't believe it. Fill your head with Israel stuff. So the numbers aren't outrageous. It's not a $5,000, $10,000 program. It's less than $2,000 out of pocket for 9 days living in Israel.
Okay. So
Where can I get more information?
Go to our website,
Which is
VFI-USA.org. I'll put it in the chat.
in the chat, I have my email address. You can write directly to me and we'll get together and I can answer all your questions, but as well as read what's on the website.
I'm looking for it.
You could look at the programs and it's EVP, Feed the Soldiers.
Right.
EVP?
Mm-hmm.
Emergency Volunteers Project.
EVP.
Feed
All one word?
Look for Feed the Soldiers.
You want to go to our website and look for Feed the Soldiers. Don't worry about EVP.
Okay.
Wait,
You're not
first
going to get
go-
anywhere going to their website.
First, go to the VFI website. Then look at the part where it says program
Feed the Soldiers.
program schedule or something.
Well, she doesn't have to, you just see the program. It says Feed the Soldiers. Click on it and it'll take you to the page.
What is VFI-USA.org?
Our
Volunteers.
website.
The website.
Volunteers for Israel.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
VFI.
Okay. Okay. And I can't find your contact information.
Bevs.
Okay, I'll say it aloud.
Okay.
It's VFI, and then my first name, Bev, B-E-V, and then a Y. So it's VFI Bevy at gmail.com.
Okay. For some reason, I looked into it, but I was too old, they told
Well,
me.
because initially there
I know, but it was a
Restriction.
longer trip than 8 days, 9 days, 20.
It might have been combined with, like, right now, the program that's going on was combined with a week of an archaeology program also. So maybe you looked at one of those programs.
No, it was definitely Feed the Soldiers.
Right, but
it would be no longer than what was stated.
Okay. Oh, no, you know what? Maybe, no. I think it was the rehab.
That's
was
2 weeks.
Different. Yeah.
That's
That was
6 weeks.
2 weeks, right?
That's
Right.
a minimum of 2.
minimum of 2 weeks to be on the
Okay,
read.
so this is 3 days of touring and 5
5
days.
days of work. It's
Yeah.
the typical work week of Sunday through Thursday. We get up Friday morning, we have breakfast on the base, and then our bus picks you up and takes you for the touring at the end. We meet initially in Tel Aviv for a Shabbat dinner on the first Friday night. Then you're picked up for the touring prior to be taken to the base on Sunday.
And Elaine, if you go to our website and you find the program, go to programs, you go to Feed the Soldiers, scroll to the bottom, and you'll see a detailed itinerary.
Fantastic.
Subject to change.
And the itinerary for touring, we usually have a Zoom meeting with all the people who signed up, and Julia can adapt it sometimes to something you would particularly like to do. But there are certain things that we do on a regular basis. And the other thing about doing this program, when you finish your work, after you feed and sit with the soldiers during the main meal of the day, you are then taken on other tours or have speakers or have other events that happen. So it's not just that you're just working while you're on the base. You also have additional touring and speakers and events there. So.
Yeah, if you're looking for an enrichment and immersion, you really can't do any better. This really hits the jackpot.
The only thing we can't promise is hot water in the shower every day.
Uh-oh.
Those of you who
But
have
now we've
it
got
fixed?
all that worked out.
Oh,
It's
good.
all worked out. It's all worked out.
And
It's
where do we stay? Where are we
The
housed?
base
in
the base
barracks.
is called Anatot, and it's outside of Jerusalem. I forget, about 8 miles or so. That's your home base, but then every day you're taken to a different base, often closer to front lines, to feed soldiers. When I was there in September, most of the soldiers we were feeding were either combat troops or reservists. And one day alone, we had 600 of them show up. And it was like being Lucy and Ethel on the chocolate factory line, where they just kept coming and coming and coming. And we kept saying, wait, we need more food. And we're dragging out more food. And it was kind of crazy. It wasn't like that every day, though.
And then,
Are we housed on the base even the
Elaine,
last 3 days?
Elaine,
No.
Elaine,
You're in a hotel.
the first Friday night, this is what's included. The first Friday night, you stay in a hotel, okay, in Tel Aviv.
The Maxim, usually.
Saturday night, you stay in a hotel in Tel Aviv. Sunday morning, you are picked up by the EVP people, and you are taken to the Army base. So you stay on the Army base Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. Friday morning, you're picked up by the tour guide, Julia. The second Friday night Friday night actually, you stay at a hotel while you're touring. And then Saturday night, the program is finished. If you want to stay longer in Israel, you can stay longer in Israel and stay at a hotel at your own expense. If you want to come before the first Friday, again, it's at your own expense and you can stay at a hotel.
So you would fly home early Sunday, like on a night flight, Saturday night, Sunday morning.
And we take you to the airport. We
Okay.
take you directly to the airport.
Yeah. And if you're looking for some place to stay, Pamela's B&B is available
No.
on Tuesdays.
But Elaine, if you don't have a time restraint to get back, it's always better to stay longer, and then you can just do your own thing too for a few days. And the same thing with coming a couple days earlier. It's very nice to come earlier and sort of get over your jet lag.
Yep.
Robin comes many weeks earlier so that she can do her own thing for a while.
She's
And she
dancing
stays
in the
many
streets.
And
weeks
stays
afterwards,
many
it looks
weeks
like.
later. So
Yeah. No,
Um,
it's I highly recommend it. I'm happy to talk with anybody who wants to talk about the
yeah. And by the
experience.
way, if you come early, Julia will also help you with those reservations. She's been actually making them
She
for the
has.
volunteers because she has access to the front desks at these hotels. So she will help you with that as well. So you're really well taken care of. If you can't make it in February, talk to everybody you know. Let them know that this is available. Send them the website. We need 5 more hardy souls to sign up to have enough people power to do the cooking.
And
So
Israel needs volunteers.
Yeah.
There's so
I
much
have a
work that
question.
needs to be
I have
done.
a really quick question.
Sure.
If you can please send the dates in February because I didn't see them.
it's all on the
Go to
website.
our
on the
website.
Got it. Okay. Question number 2.
Preparing.
Question number 2. Are we picked up? Question number 2. Are we picked up from which city?
Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv.
Okay.
At the beginning, at the beginning of the program, you come from the airport on your own into Tel Aviv. Friday night is the first official night of the program, and you stay at a hotel in Tel Aviv. You spend that first weekend in Tel Aviv, and Sunday morning you're picked up at your Tel Aviv hotel.
Okay, got it. Like if I have friends in Jerusalem who I want to see either before or after.
Sure.
sure. You're in Jerusalem at the end of the program. So that's
Yeah, so stay in Jerusalem. That's what I'm doing.
I see.
I'm staying in Jerusalem.
And airport is closer to Tel Aviv.
Or you can go, the
No,
airport's
it's in
the
the
same
middle.
distance. The airport's the same distance from both. If you want to visit your friends at the beginning, then come a few days earlier and go to Jerusalem first and then come. It's an hour, it's a
Short drive.
35-minute train ride from Jerusalem, 40-minute train ride from Jerusalem to Tel Aviv. It's not a big deal.
Okay. So the program itself is just a week long, right?
Well, it's 9 days.
9 days.
9 days.
9 days. Yeah.
Yeah, I would go on the website and you can look at the daily itinerary.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah. Sign up, Marcia. I need you in February.
Okay. Yeah, I just need to find the days. It was like music. I went to the website. It was
Yeah.
like music.
And you'll see my email and my phone number. You can call me anytime.
Perfect.
And
Nope.
Steve, oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I said, any questions you have, I'm happy to answer. Robin's, well, when she comes back from Israel, we'll be talking to people as well.
Steve, the last time I went to look at the dates of the programs, they weren't listed on the website normally. There was a link to like a PDF. Is that correct?
That's been fixed. That was
Okay.
in,
All right, I was
Jim-
going to say it was a little
Jim fixed
unclear.
it.
I clicked on it hoping it wasn't a virus and it wasn't.
it works.
Jim fixed it.
One more question. Would I be, I started learning Hebrew a little bit, like took one semester, so it's nothing. What language would I be speaking?
English.
English.
You have to be an English speaker to be in this program.
I see. Okay.
It's all in English.
Okay.
You will have soldiers in charge of you who
Mhm.
would translate if there is something in Hebrew. And amazingly, most of the soldiers you feed, at least that was our experience, they all spoke English.
Yeah.
So we were able
So-
to have good
I'm
conversations.
trying to learn. It's useless.
Yeah. And they'll help you with your Hebrew if you would like.
Got it. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So if you're good at making meatballs and schnitzel and sandwiches,
Well,
and
you do.
salads,
I'm a pretty good
Yeah,
cook.
and grilling, if you like to grill, all you guys, you like to grill, a lot of grilling going on.
You do whatever you
They
want to
have-
do.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
Okay.
Very good.
I
Good
guess
question.
it's official schmooze now. I think we should stop the recording.
Okay.
Uh,
So I have a question. What would be the current prices for flights in February?
it depends.
Depends
How
on
can you
where
say-
you're flying from.
Less than they are